In the soft hush of dawn, upon the island of Naxos, Ariadne awoke alone beside the whispering sea, the waves still tracing the footprints of the ship that had borne her beloved away. For Theseus, once her hope, had departed under moonlight, leaving her heart as desolate as the pale sands upon which she lay. Her hair, golden as ripened wheat, lay scattered across the pebbles, and tears glistened upon her cheeks like dew upon petals. She called his name to the waves, but only gulls answered her cries. Circling above like restless souls, the gods watched, unmoving, for they had seen the folly of men before, and only Dionysus, called Bacchus by mortals, felt his heart stir with divine pity. He descended through the heavens in a chariot drawn by tigers, the air around him sweet with the scent of grapes and the echo of distant lyres, his eyes aflame with both joy and melancholy, for he too knew the sting of loss. When his feet touched the island, the vines sprang from barren earth, curling over rocks and ruins, as if to herald the coming of the god. Ariadne, startled from her grief, turned to see him no mortal, but radiant, crowned with ivy and crowned also with sorrow. He approached her not as conqueror, but as one who remembers pain. And his voice was like the music of 1,000 hidden springs. "Why do you weep, daughter of Minos?" he said. "Has love betrayed you as it once betrayed me?" She trembled, not from fear, but from the weight of his presence, and answered, "My heart was a gift," and he cast it into the sea. Bacchus lifted her hand, his touch both mortal and divine, and where his fingers brushed her skin, warmth returned to her spirit. "Then let the sea bear witness to new joy," he said, "for the tide takes, but it also returns." And as he spoke, the air filled with laughter, the laughter of satyrs, nymphs, and maenads who followed their lord wherever the grapevine reached. The god led Ariadne into the grove, where the moonlight filtered through. Myrtle leaves and the scent of ripe fruit perfumed the air. There they feasted, danced, and sang beneath torches that flickered like captured stars. Yet even amid revelry, Ariadne's eyes were distant, for memory clung like ivy to her soul. Bacchus, seeing this, poured for her a cup of wine, deep as the night sky, and said, "Drink, and let memory become myth." She drank, and warmth spread through her veins. The sorrow dulled, and her heart, once shattered, began to bloom anew. Night deepened, and stars glimmered upon the sea like scattered jewels. Bacchus spoke of his wanderings of India's burning plains, of mountains crowned with snow, of the endless laughter of his followers, who feared neither death nor dawn. Ariadne listened spellbound, and in his voice she heard the rhythm of the universe. "You have traveled beyond pain," she whispered. "Teach me how." He smiled and said, "By loving not as mortals love, but as gods do, without beginning, without end." Thus was born their union, not of conquest, but of revelation. The island itself seemed to awaken to witness it. Vines climbed higher, waves softened their song, and even the stars leaned nearer to watch. In that night, Ariadne, once abandoned, became a bride of eternity. When dawn returned, Bacchus led her to the highest hill, where the horizon burned with gold. "Once a crown was placed upon you by deceit," he said, drawing forth her diadem of gold and sapphires. "But I give you this crown anew, sanctified by love." He cast it into the heavens, and as it rose, the jewels became stars, each one glowing with the memory of her tears. The heavens opened in silent celebration, and the world was never the same. For the crown of Ariadne, shining eternally above, who have loved and been forsaken, became a promise to all, that from sorrow may spring the sweetest joy.